Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us at the 2019 Canadian Ultimate Championships. We're coming to you from the Ivor Dent Sports Complex here in Edmonton, Alberta. This morning on our VC Showcase field, we are featuring the Open Division brought to you by Explore Edmonton. Final match between Vancouver's Furious George and Toronto's Goat. Both teams went 7-0 in their respective pool play and bracket play this weekend. This is a classic matchup here at the Canadian Ultimate Championships, both strongest programs in the Ontario and Vancouver area facing off against each other. My name is Clayton Howlett. I'm joined here with Joel Bellavance. Joel, what are you excited for?
Yeah, this is the game that happens basically every 4 years on a world qualifying year. These two teams have met each other in the finals 5 times since 1997, and it's always been such an exciting matchup. Both these programs have so much history, and they've competed against each other for a really long time. And yeah, we're just so excited to see this game. Really great athletes on both sides, players that have played for Team Canada on the world stage at World Games, and yeah, really excited for the battle that we're about to see.
In the finals, the time caps are a little bit different for those familiar with Ultimate. This is a 105-minute game window. At the 105-minute mark, the horn will go, signaling soft cap. The highest score will have 2 points added to it, as long as it's not 13 or 14 or higher. And the game will be played to those points. So the weather this morning, quite calm. It did rain overnight, so the field is wet, but the wind is almost non-existent. So with these two strong open teams, we might see some fairly quick points. Knapp with the pull. And that pull will sail out of bounds on the close side of the field.
And Goat has elected to start on offense here. Furious George will be starting on defense. And yeah, super excited to see this first point.
McKnight bringing it to the brick line. Knapp on him. Finds Harris. Go in a vertical offense. McKnight has Hurst. Hurst finds Massick Kelly on the break flick throw. He has McKnight after Knapp fell over on the break side. And McKnight's able to flip that in to Cameron Harris. So Goat opens up the game with a hold.
Yeah, great offense there from Goat. Confidently moving the disc around the field, looking for their open cutters, just working in a nice horizontal set. And yeah, a little bit too much buffer on Massick Kelly there. Really nice find by Hurst to sort of switch the field and get the disc over there. And then Massick Kelly able to continue upfield to Thompson. And then Thompson finding Cam on that break side as well. I think that's we're going to see a lot of really clean offensive points here. It's going to be, given the conditions are pretty calm, it's going to be really hard. These offensive units are really hard to cause turnovers.
So the Goat D-line, you see with the disc there, that's Mark Lloyd. Powell. What else we got out there? There's number 7, McKenzie.
McKenzie brothers are both out there. Jackie Howe.
La France. And Vasiliev. Furious O-line, pretty standard look for them. Barbieri, Bryson. Gateless, Brendo. Bryson. Flips to Sang in the middle. Goat with a quick switch to break up that horizontal tree. Barbieri is found by Sang. Sang to Wong. Wong airs it out for Barbieri. Barbieri goes up early, sealing out McKenzie. Hold Furious.
Yeah, really nice offensive play there. Goat actually a great adjustment to stop a sort of a classic set play that Furious was looking to run. And Brendan Wong with a nice OI flick huck to Ty Barbieri for the goal. Nice catch by Ty going up early. And McKenzie's a great defender, and that's going to be some contested catches today for sure. But these players, so consistent, so smooth, and really nice offensive hold there.
So, Furious D-line, Peter Yu, Braden G, Cole Keffer, Fred Lamb, Hugh Knapp, Will Vu, and Morgatron Hibbard.
Yeah, just for a bit of context for fans, a lot of these players have competed against each other for a long time and also with each other as well. So, off the field, these guys know each other pretty well. They're pretty friendly. But right now, this is a big-time game, and they're looking to just compete really hard against each other, but also play clean and within the rules. Lots of these players have played for the under-24 team, Canadian teams, World Games. Yeah, lots of really talented players on both squads.
Vu, the lefty, puts up a backhand pole. It's fielded by Yearwood. He flips it to McKnight. McKnight has Mazzucchelli. He finds Boychuk to Carroll up the line. Carroll looking for a reset. Goes to McKnight up the line. Morgan in the area. A little bit of collision afterwards. Hard to slow down on these wet fields. McKnight goes over the top to number 91. Harris, as no one was on him after the defense there collapsed on his first catch. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Thompson McKnight getting free up line again. That's something that I believe Hugh has that matchup. That's an adjustment that we, Furious George, will need to make. And, great play by Thompson. And a little unfortunate contact there. Morgan, that throw was a bit ahead of Thompson, and Morgan was looking to make a play, and Thompson sort of bidding to catch the disc at the last moment. But both players okay. Something that we probably don't want to see. You definitely want to see players doing their best to avoid contact. But I'm sure we'll see some physical plays. They do happen sometimes as players are attacking the disc in open space.
So go D-line. We have Lloyd, Marin, Mensa, McKenzie, Maroka,
Lloyd with a big flick huck.
vertical stack look by Furious George. Bryson has Sang going up the line. Barbieri comes off the back for a strike. He goes under. Instead, they elect to go to Thompson. And Mark Lloyd, huge layout bid from behind. Wow.
Yeah, amazing play by Lloyd. That throw looked really nice and out in front for Devin, but Lloyd, such a great athlete, tall player, able to close the gap and make a really nice left-handed layout D there.
Jared Marin running the disc up, calling a play for Goats offense. He finds Priest. Priest looking for a reset. Instead, Edwards with the juke gets it in the middle. Charnock to Lloyd. Lloyd had Maroka there, but it looked like Barbieri ran into some traffic as he was pursuing him, so pick called. Goat here, looking for their first break of the game. First break of the game, period. Lloyd to Maroka. Gets around to Priest. Priest to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to let her rip. Big backhand. And a great catch by number 11, Edwards, sealing out his defender on Furious George, number 21, Andrew Dick. So that's the first break of the game. The score is now 3-1 for Goat.
Yeah, what an amazing layout D there by Mark Lloyd. And nice, patient offense as Goat worked it up the field. Definitely some contested throws out there, but really nice play from Goat to be able to cash in on that break.
For those asking on the stream, the wind is there's wind, but not really. If you are an experienced ultimate player or not, you would characterize this wind as a very light breeze, but mostly calm. Definitely haven't seen the wind affect anything yet.
Yeah, I would say it's about 10 kilometers an hour, sort of coming directly towards the camera. So it's a bit of a cross-field wind for these players.
So Lloyd is going to pull, currently calling out matchups as the Goat D-line works this out. It's very interesting, Joel, when these teams have played together so much, they know exactly what the best matchups are.
Yeah, these players know each other very well, and as units and as squads, they know each other's strategies and plays. Often, sometimes they even know the set plays that they're going to run.
Yeah. Sang. Resets to Bryson. Bryson has Wong on the open side. Disc on the sideline. Wong resetting back to the middle to Bryson. On his brick line now. Pick called downfield. So the disc will come in at 1 as it was in the air. Vasiliev on the mark. Bryson finds Underhill. Underhill looking for a reset. Has Wong coming back for him. Wong thought about that huck. Elects not to. Swings around to Barbieri. To Dre in the middle. Underhill might have been a little too open. Maybe a pick called by number 86, Dan LaFrance. So Dre, Underhill, trying to work out what's going on. Underhill complaining to observer Glenn Ford that too far away. But they've worked it out. Skateless. Taps the disc in. Around to Sang. Sang maybe looking for Brendan Wong, but instead Bryson picks that up, flips it over to Wong, just 10 feet outside of the end zone now. He's going to go up over the top to Gateless. Not in, and there's a foul call from that first throw. Furious is going to retain the disc as it was called by offense, but it does stop play.
Yeah, I think it's going to stay there with Andre Galitz making a nice catch on that throw just outside the end zone for Furious.
Barbieri out of the stack with the wheels. Gets an easy flip from Gateless. The score 3-2 for Goat.
Yeah, good defensive pressure from Goat. Able to force Furious into lots of throws. McKenzie kicking the cone there in a bit of frustration as he let Barbieri slip open to the open side front cone, and that's something that both these teams definitely are working to prevent anything upline, anything open side.
Yeah, sometimes at this level it's seen as the cardinal sin. You do not get beat on that open side.
So nice offensive hold from Furious.
Furious D-line. We see Brennan, Hibbert, G, Knapp, Lamb, Yu, and Bayless.
Yeah, Pat Bayless, Furious rookie this year, recently moved from the Bay Area, a longtime player of the U.S. team Revolver. and has also represented Team USA multiple times at the World Championships. So definitely a really cool situation for Furious George just to have such a talented and veteran player join their team this season.
Yeah, a rookie by station only. Naps ball is going to be picked up by Yearwood. Flips to McKnight. Goat running a split stack play across the field to Yearwood. Puts Carroll in the middle. Carroll finds Hurst. Mazzucchelli. Carroll showing off his superior speed. Dumps back to Yearwood. There's a collision between some furious players in the middle of the field. That's G and I believe Knapp. So Knapp is slow to get up. Oh, I'm sorry, that was U. U's slow to get up. He's going to take an injury sub. Probably just needs to walk that off. So Will Vu comes on for you. Yearwood with the disc right now. Open. Or alone. Yearwood finds Mazzucchelli after Mazzucchelli's little juke cut. And Carroll. Man, Carroll is fast. And right there, Joel, we see it.
Yeah, Carroll just accelerating and exploding past Robbie Brennan for the open side goal there. Andrew Carroll representing Canada at the World Games in 2017 in Poland. That team winning a bronze medal for Canada. And he's going to be a real go-to guy for GOAT here. But Robbie Brennan is also a fantastic defender and good athlete, and he'll be guarding Carroll probably most of the day, and I'm sure we'll see a good battle between those two. Some of these matchups are going to be really fun to watch as the game progresses. And so far, the only turnover of the game was generated by Mark Lloyd on a fantastic layout D. And I think that's going to be what it takes today to get the disc. There's going to have to be some big plays. These offensive units are just so clean. And with the conditions, they're able to hit throws all over the field. I'll be interested to see, sort of the next defensive adjustments here as both teams are starting to settle in and looking to disrupt each other's flow.
Lloyd with the pull. Floaty. Fielded by Bryson. Bryson looking for a flip, but the GOAT defense getting down there fast. Bryson asks for Sang to come around. Sang looking for a reset. High stall count finds Galis. Quickly gets it to Brendan Wong in the middle of the field on the edge. Bryson left open, blows a tire. And that has been the story of this week. These fields, there's grass short, and just with a little bit of water, they get very slippery. Vasiliev to Lloyd in the middle. Powell cutting open side. Instead, Howe. Lloyd blowing a tire, but is able to stay up. And hearing the GOAT offense there, kind of talking to each other about their timing. I think Lloyd calling that timeout, realizing that the offense wasn't quite clicking there, Joel.
Yeah, really good job by GOAT to not only get a good pull, but to come down and get set up in a really good defensive position. And they've done a great job of stopping Furious from being able to run their set plays. And just as I had mentioned that these teams are going to have to work really hard to get a D, Furious George just a blown tire there by Malcolm Bryson and not able to track the disc down. So I guess we'll also see a few mistakes as well. And good opportunity for GOAT to get another break here and another lead. And a good moment for this Furious George O-line to see if they can earn the disc back.
Few injuries on both teams. Remy Ojo with a hurt hamstring. Cleaning up, supporting his team on the line, but can't go 100%. Bobo Irick on Furious George has been nursing several injuries, and he gave it a shot this weekend, but he mentioned to me that he's been quite frustrated with injuries kind of one after the other. Otherwise, we're seeing most players dressed and ready to take the field. So, Goat setting up in a vertical stack. Furious trying to set themselves up in somewhat of a bracket. Lloyd goes right back to Vasiliev. To Lloyd. Losing some ground here. Carroll with a great second effort. Layout grab. Someone on the field calling that down, I think.
Yeah, I think Morgan looks like he's maybe just double checking on that one.
Looked up from our perspective, but you never know.
Yeah, that was an amazing catch by Carroll. Fantastic, just picking it off the ground before it touched grass there.
It's Carroll to Lloyd. And Lloyd's throw is turfed. Not sure if the defender got a piece of that. Sang picks up. Has Gateless around. Dre looking for options. Finds Morgan in the middle. Morgan and Powell in quite a battle. Looks like Powell is explaining to Morgan that he felt he came around the corner with a little bit of a travel. Jeff Powell and Morgan Hibbert have played against and with each other quite a bunch.
Yeah. And Morgan's kind of a confusing player because he throws left-handed and right-handed, so sometimes it's confusing to sort of know what pivot he's supposed to be on.
Bryson goes around to Hoy. Hoy back to Bryson in the middle. Goat using some switches to try and stifle this offense. Allowing that swing to remain open, but those unders in the middle of the field are hard to get. Mensah just missed that throw to Dick. Dick doing a good job to extend out and grab that. Bryson goes to Hoy. Hoy now 10 yards outside of the end zone. Back to Gateless, parallel with the brick line. Finds Sang. Sang taking his time. Back to Dre on the brick now. Dre back to Sang. Bryson. It's a little juke. Gets it to the middle of the field. Still looking for options. Furious to elect to make all those cuts come from the front, and a little miscue between him and Sang. Vasiliev picks that up, airs it out for Mark Lloyd. Turns on the Jets. Bryson realizing he's not going to make a play, so 6 back and tries to break up the next throw. And Lloyd is able to lead Jeff Powell for the goal. That is a break for Goat. The score now 5-2.
Yeah, Goat. Really good job there capitalizing on a turnover. Bryson looking for Tim Sang on the upline. Just a bit of miscommunication about where Sang was going. Nice heads-up play by Toli Vasiliev to intercept that one, get a hand on the disc, and was able to hit Lloyd on a nice streaking deep cut, and Goat able to punch in that break. That's Goat now 2 for 3 on break chance opportunities. And it looks like Furious George calling a quick timeout just to settle things down and get their next offensive unit out there.
So following the game today at 12:30 local time, we will be featuring the VC Women's Division Final between Ontario's Sixers and Quebec's Iris. An upset earlier this week in the seeding when Iris beat Traffic in crossover play 8-7, which meant that Traffic met the Sixers in a semifinal. And the Sixers defeated them 15-10.
Yeah, Traffic going on to win the bronze medal game against Stella from Ottawa, the score of 15-6. And the Sixers punching their ticket to the finals to play against Iris. And kind of a cool game there. Iris defeated Sixers in 2015 in Winnipeg in the semifinals. And Iris went on to face Traffic in that final game. So a really cool game coming up later today. Be exciting to see Iris. We haven't been able to see them on the stream yet, or the Sixers, and excited to see those two teams duke it out.
So go D-line. Marin, McKenzie, Prees, Maroka, Edwards, Charnock, and Lamb. So we'll see how the Furious team responds now, down 2 breaks. Marin's pull is going to sail just out of bounds. Underhill patiently waiting for that, the good read, letting that flow out. Otherwise, catching it would have been a very deadly spot. Sang picks up, jogging up to the brick.
Yeah, Furious George in a horizontal set here, looking to run a quick set play.
Hoy takes off deep. Gateless finds Hoy. Looking for a reset to Dre. Dre back to Hoy. Hoy puts that out in front of Brendo. Good throw. Can't connect with Underhill. Goes over the top to Dick, who attacks that up early. Underhill looking for a reset. Has Sang. Back to Underhill. Getting pushed back a bit here. Furious handler's doing a good job not to get frustrated here and just punch it. Underhill. Well, give go action with Sang. Sang has a wide open Andre Galis. That throw stays in. Dre keeps that foot down. That's a hold for Furious, a sorely needed one. The score, 5-3.
Yeah, good battle there. Goat doing a good job on defense to generate quite a bit of pressure, but Furious George just remaining calm and confident. Nice pickup by Andrew Dick on the hanging hammer from Brendan Wong, and then Tim Sang, just a lethal thrower with the disc. He's able to really hit anyone on the field anywhere. And Galitz getting a bit of separation, and that was going to come up for sure. A nice catch by Galitz just to make sure he had one toe down inbounds on that catch.
Yeah, Galitz quite explosive, able to get that separation on Charnock. And Jeff Powell discussing with Charnock some strategies to shut Galitz down.
Yeah, Galitz has been an O-line cutter for Furious George since 2011, represented Canada in 2012 and 2016 on the Canadian World Championships team. He's a tough guard. He's a really smart player, good throws, and also been known to get up big for big catches. So tough matchup there for Goat. And nice offensive hold from Furious George. And an important point here is they're going to want to earn some turns here and get their own break chance opportunities. Split stack from Goat.
McKnight finds Yearwood around to Mazzucchelli. Mazzucchelli flick huck. Morgan in the area, doing what Morgan does. Going up early, and he's so big. Is able to get that disc before number 91, Cameron Harris, is able to attack it. Probably a great matchup right now, Joel, as we've seen Harris coming down with lots of Goat goals.
Yeah, great decision there, good throw, and just better defense from Morgan Hibbert, able to get a piece of that one.
Knapp looking for a reset, has Bayless. Bayless bobbles that just a bit high for him. Acknowledging to Knapp that's his fault.
Yeah, great D from Nathan Hurst on the bail there, just able to not let Bayless get that much separation, and Hugh just a tough throw. Had to be in a really good spot.
McKnight looking for a quick dish. It's not there. And Fred Lamb, great layout D to push that disc down just a little bit. Kelly cannot collect.
Yeah, Pat Bayless showing he can play defense too, getting a nice shutdown on Hurst at the front of the stack. And then Fred Lamb with a fantastic layout block to make sure that one was not going to be a goat goal.
Now picks up. Has Keffer from the back of the stack. Vertical offense for Furious. Vu with the jukes. Has quite a few players deep, but that pass is too short, and to all that traffic, I believe Harris was able to get a hand on that first. McKnight. That's Boychuk. Boychuk looking for a reset or an option. Finds Carroll. Boychuk takes off. Cole Keffer sticking with him. Yearwood electing not to throw it. Yearwood has that deadly fake. But his throw too far ahead of Andrew Carroll.
Yeah, nice D by Furious George again there. Will creating a bit of pressure. And Yearwood just sends that one a bit too far for Andrew Carroll.
Now, good break to Lamb. Lamb getting down to make sure he collects that. Finds Keffer in the middle. To Knapp. Knapp works it all the way around to Bayless. Bayless sliding right off the field. Looking for options. Vu with the juke. I don't think anyone can juke like Will Vu does. Vu puts that out to space, a miscue by Furious. Kelly grabs that. Goat works it around to Yearwood. Now Harris. Harris is able to get Yearwood as Brennan blows a tire. Kelly now. Puts it out in front of McKnight. Morgan once again takes that away from Goat, as it looked like Andrew Carroll was going to make that catch, but Morgan going early and flying over the Goat players. He's a bit slow to get up. May have an injury call here as Coach Matthew Bearson runs on the field to check on him.
Yeah, sort of the longest point of the game we've seen so far. Furious George now with their fourth turnover and their fourth chance to earn a break here on that point. What a great D by Morgan Hibbert. Of course, we hope he's okay. Just hitting the ground pretty hard there, and two big layout blocks on the same point.
Keeping this alive for the Furious D-line. So the disc is live. Galitz comes on for Hibbert. So Furious getting back into a vertical stack. Bayless goes up the line. Now, after Yearwood trips, Vu's able to get the disc. Flips that to Lamb. Lamb once again getting down just to make sure that's a sure shot catch. Goes to Vu in the middle. Vu around to Knapp. Knapp has Dre. Keffer also there to collect. Dre back to Vu. Vu to Galitz. Galitz is going to put that out in front of Knapp. And McKnight unable to make up that ground in time. That is a break for Furious. Our score now not 5-4, as there is a travel called on the throw. The crowd hates it. And so Galitz and Harris in the conversation. Dre disagreeing. Not sure if we're going to go to the observer. Observer ruling. Ford making the ruling that it was indeed a travel. So Harris is correct, perhaps vindicated. Knapp and McKnight working out where they have to be. So Furious back in this vertical offense. Galitz goes around with an over-the-top hammer to Brennan. Brennan centers to Vu. Vu to Keffer. Cole Keffer looking for a reset. Has Galitz. Back to Keffer in the middle. Moves it around to Vu. Vu has Bayless. Bayless is going to go over the top to Brennan. Layout grab. No calls on this play. And now we have a break by Furious. The score 5-4.
Wow, what an awesome point. So many great plays during that battle. Furious George finally able to punch in a break after I believe that was their 5th opportunity with the disc there. 2 amazing Ds from Morgan Hibbert to help them give them some more chances with the disc. And nice catch by Robbie Brennan on that hammer. And that's the first break of the game for Furious George. They started this game on offense. They're currently down 1 break. And Goat looking to respond with a nice offensive point here.
So after a long point, a few Goat players remaining on the field. Carroll, McKnight, Mazzucchelli. Now.
Yeah, and Cam Harris staying as well for another point.
Oh, yeah. Maroka. Lloyd.
And there was quite a few stoppages and moments. We had an injury call, a couple travel calls. So maybe Coach Sashin for Goat deciding to leave his sort of standard offensive line here out.
Fred Lamb is going to pull. See Morgan Hibbert back on the field, so it looks like he's okay. That pull fielded by McKnight. Send it to Hurst. Back to McKnight. Vertical offense set by Goat. That's over Harris's head. And he kept his feet in but didn't make the grab, so turnover. Hoy's going to pick up.
Yeah, just a bit of a slip on that initial cut by Harris.
Back to Hoy. Hoy finds Lamb around. Lamb looks for the break shot to Hibbert. Not there. Hoy goes up the line. And Matt Goodkey now with the disc. First point for him this game. Goodkey. Floaty over the top to Hoy. Hoy, quick flip to Hibbert. Goal, Furious. Furious responding with 2 breaks in a row. The score now tied at 5s.
Yeah, Furious George calling a timeout when the score was 5-2, able to earn their offensive hold, and now punch in 2 breaks in a row to tie this game at 5-5.
This puts us back on serve, as they say. Goat takes a... No, I'm sorry. I believe Goat just took a timeout. They did. So thank you for joining us here at the Ivor Dent Sports Complex. We just want to do a few shout-out to our partners. Thank you to Explore Edmonton, a partnership between the City of Edmonton and Edmonton Tourism and the government in Alberta. They were here earlier this week, handing out some tourist maps, telling about all the cool things you can do in Edmonton. Our official nutrition partner of the Canadian Ultimate Championships this year is Cliff Bar. And we are playing with the official disc of Ultimate Canada Discraft. And this Explore Edmonton Open Division, is being played on our VC Showcase field in front of a large crowd.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us today, we're watching the Open final between Toronto's Goat and Vancouver's Furious George. Score is 5-5. Both teams with 2 breaks. These 2 teams have battled each other in the Canadian Ultimate Championships in the finals multiple times. 1997, 2003, 2007, 2011, and 2015. Goat won the most recent battle in 2015 in Winnipeg, and Furious George has won the rest. And it's always just been a classic Canadian matchup between these two teams, two really storied teams with lots of history.
Furious D-line, Hibbert, Vu, Knapp, Lamb, Keffer, Bayless, and Natikman playing his first point of the game. Morgan shooing Coach Matt Bearson off the field. So the pull can go up by Vu. That pull lands inbounds. It's picked up by Hurst. Looking to center it to McKnight, but as he bobbled it, he couldn't. Harris now with the disc. Harris airs that out for Carroll. Carroll now at the brick. Flips it to Boychuk. Boychuk back to Carroll around. Mazzucchelli trying to make a move for Carroll. Instead, it's number 27, Nathan Hurst, that's able to beat Bayless up the line. And a hold for Goat.
Yeah, nice offensive point there from Goat. Cam Harris, just a really nice OI huck, finding a streaking Andrew Carroll in the middle of the field. And that was just such a well-executed huck, put enough OI. He was sort of aiming towards the middle of the field, giving Carroll lots of advantage. And Cole Keffer playing good D on the open side, but just not able to adjust for that throw.
So we're on serve, meaning Goat did start the game on offense, and they're up by 1. So this is Furious's quote-unquote turn on offense, as if both teams have just been trading points, but we know that's not the case. Goat going up early, and Furious's D-line making a stellar effort to get this game back on track. So Goat D-line, Lloyd, Au, Vasiliev, Charnock, Mensa, LaFrance, Powell. So Lloyd's pull is fielded by Sang. Goes to Underhill. Furious vertical stack. Underhill flips it to Bryson. Bryson has Sang around. Sang looking for options. Brendan Wong, always dependable. Gets a bigger round to Andrew Dick. Back to Sang, to Dick. Sang takes off. Dick puts that up for him. Au is in the area. Sang keeps that in. Great focused play, flips it to Underhill. Underhill has a few options, electing to go for something safe, flips it to Bryson. Bryson, step back to Underhill. Underhill now, getting out of that spot. Bryson gets it around to Sang. Barbieri trying to get something up in the middle. Sang, high stall count. Finds Natikman. And it looks like Au is discussing something with Sang. I'm not sure what the call was. I didn't see the signal. Joel, did you?
Yeah, not sure. I think maybe Jackie's calling a stall down there. Tim Sang did have it for quite a bit on the front line.
So Jackie explaining his case to observer Ken. It is a stall count violation. Observer ruling that the disc was in the air in time by Sang. Goal, Furious. They respond with a hold. The score 6-6.
Yeah, Goat playing great defense there, generating lots of pressure, forcing Furious George backfield a few times. But Tim Sang able to come down with a really nice catch, getting his toe in bounds. And then a few passes along the end zone line. Tim Sang able to find Ty Barbieri for the Furious George goal and hold to bring us to 6-6.
Some folks on the stream noting that the finals this year are not being played in the stadium. They're being played at the tournament venue. Could not tell you why, but what I can tell you is these grass fields have been in wonderful shape. The weather hasn't been ideal this tournament, but today the weather being nice and giving us a break so we can see some finals here not dictated by wind and rain. Our VC showcase field, short grass. You can see it's definitely been used, especially on the sideline, seeing that yellow line more down where teams have been pacing up and down.
Yeah, Friday was just such a slugfest here at the Canadian Ultimate Championships. Athletes battling in 60-kilometer-an-hour winds and rain. So really nice that we have calmer conditions here for the finals.
Lamb's pull. Yearwood grabs it. Gives Furious enough time to get down there. Furious playing person defense, but poaching a bit. It's almost a zone look. Maybe it's the Safari.
Yeah, Furious George's got a few different defensive looks. This one looks like maybe a FSU, so there's sort of person on the handlers with some poaches in the middle of the field.
Harris looking for options. Carroll's going deep. Lamb's keeping an eye on him. And Boychuk gets in over the top and lets loose to Carroll. And Carroll with the second effort, but Glenn Ford right there. Observers are making active in and out calls. And Carroll in the second effort looked like he got his toes down, but I believe they hit the chalk.
Yeah, great effort from both players. Fred Lamb able to close the gap and get a piece on that initial catch, and then Carroll catching the bobble and just not getting that toe down inbounds. Super close.
Hibbert to Lamb. Lamb looking for options. Wants a reset to you, doesn't get it. Instead, Bayless is there to help. Bayless is going to put it out to G. G easily fields that just outside of the end zone. Electing to go for the safe option. Has Knapp. And Knapp with the run-through jump into the end zone. Goal, Furious. A break for Furious, and for the first time this game, Furious takes the lead. 7-6.
Yeah, what a great effort by Fred Lamb. Goat looking like they were going to move through that zone pretty easily after a nice OI throw from Cam Harris. Boychuk trying to hit Carroll. And Fred Lamb with a spectacular D-line play there. So Furious George able to punch in their first break opportunity on that point and take a lead here at 7-6 at the Canadian Ultimate Championships.
Shout out to Casey Skrepnik. The energy here is indeed hype. The crowd getting into it. You can feel the energy from both teams right now in this trading game. Really tight. Everybody high energy. We're going to see a D-line here from Furious that we've seen pretty much all day. Bayless, Hibbert, Vu, Natikman, Lamb, Knapp, and Keffer. Cole Keffer, an ultimate player and a rugby player, has the look.
Yeah, Cole's been playing such a long time. There's a pretty famous clip of him throwing a Frisbee around, and I think it was in 2008, the World Championships, when he was just a kid, and fantastic rugby athlete playing for UBC Thunderbirds, and now sort of transitioning into full-time ultimate.
Hurst feels that pull. Centers to McKnight, to Norton. Back to McKnight. Oh, Norton trips, but stays with that. Great grab. Looking for options. Looking for Lloyd. Hibbert trying to shut that down. McKnight. Goes around to Harris. Harris has Mazzucchelli. Mazzucchelli able to run that down. Had Lloyd deep, elected not to go for it. Maruoka. Looking for a reset. Goes back to Mazzucchelli. And we have a pick called. Often happens in vertical sets. Looks at Kelly looking for options. Finds Norton up the line.
Yeah, some sort of marking call there. Ari and Norden just discussing what happened.
Great reenactment there by Natikman. So Norden now. Looking to McKnight. McKnight gets it back. Knapp protecting that up the line. Swings it back to Norden. Back to McKnight. McKnight goes over the top to Harris. And that is a hold by Goat. Our score 7-7. Half will be at 8, so our next point will take us into halftime.
Yeah, nice movement from Goat, able to work it down the field pretty methodically. Bit of a miscommunication there on defense as Will Vu and Fred Lamb both picked up a break side look to Mark Lloyd, leaving Cam Harris wide open. And here we go, 7-7.
Furious up a break. They started the game on defense and took the lead at 7-6. So Furious, if they get this goal, will then get to start the next half on offense. A good position for them if they get this goal.
Yeah, we're seeing Andrew Carroll, Jeff Powell, Mark Lloyd, all on this defensive line.
Yeah, Vasiliev, Jackie. Kenzie. Lloyd's pull. Lands out. Malcolm shoveling that over to Underhill, who's going to bring it up to the brick. Seemingly that Furious is setting up in a horizontal offense. Changing up their looks. Underhill finds Bryson. Bryson gives it to Dick off his triple cut. And great positional defense by number 7, McKenzie, but hard to tell from here. They could have both been in motion. McKenzie kind of running into Dick there.
Yeah, interesting call. So as Andrew and McKenzie are both going up for the disc there, obviously there's some contact. Neither player's really touching the disc. And I think what Andrew is probably saying here is that he thinks he could have caught the disc as it was kept sailing, but because of the contact, he was knocked down to the ground. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one is resolved, but I believe that's what Andrew is thinking on that call.
So we'll go to the observers. Observer ruling that.
Yeah, so I believe he sort of signaled there it was over the head.
Right. A foul, but no play, so it's a turnover, I think?
Yeah, I think that's how they saw that one. And Goat now with the chance to break to take half.
So Lloyd picks up. Lloyd goes to Carroll. Carroll around to Au. He has Carroll up the line. Dumps to Lloyd. Lloyd doesn't want that look to Vasiliev. Takes Carroll. Carroll finding McKenzie as Goat just works it up the open side. Pick called by Kevin Underhill as Vasiliev there was making a move up the line.
Goat about 20 feet out here. McKenzie with the disc on the close sideline.
That throw is up high. Underhill able to get in there and break it up over Vasiliev. Sang picks up. has Galitz. Galitz back around to Sang. Puts it around to Bryson. Bryson perhaps checking his feet right before he caught that. Lloyd now. He's looking for Powell. Powell blows a tire. High stall count. Lloyd puts it high up in the air. Vasiliev with the read. And Vasiliev had the read on that the whole time while the Furious players were trying to make up the ground. So that's a break for Goat to bring us into half. However, Goat was down a break, so now this brings us to serve into halftime. Halftime will be 5 minutes. Furious will be starting the game on offense next half. We're going to take a quick break and be back with you for the second half of our Explore Edmonton Open Divisional Final here at the Canadian Ultimate Championships. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ivor Dent Sports Complex here in Edmonton, Alberta. At the 2019 Canadian Ultimate Championships, we are bringing you the second half of our Explore Edmonton Open Divisional Final between Vancouver's Furious George and Toronto's GOAT. The game at 8-7. GOAT started the game on offense, and after some back and forth trading and some breaks, we are on serve with GOAT pulling to Furious. So Lloyd's pull, fielded by Bryson. Flips it to Sang. Horizontal stack look from Furious. Galet's left open there. Still no mark. Has time to go bigger round to Wong. Wong finding those looks too deep. Dumps it to Sang. Galet's now. He's asking for some movement. Wong comes underneath. Lloyd can't make up that ground. And Wong's going to put that up. Intended for Underhill. Too short. Sang gets the good read on it and is able to flip that to Underhill in the end zone. So half starting with a quick hold by Furious George. The game now tied 8-8.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing GOAT really disrupt these offensive pull plays from Furious George. Perhaps they're pretty familiar with the looks and the plays that Furious is trying to run. Nice find by Brendan Wong. Had two receivers there, Underhill and Sang. I think he was trying to hit Underhill, but sent it a little bit too far with that OI edge, but Sang able to come up with a nice catch and flip it to Underhill for the goal to tie the game at 8-8.
So following this game today at 12:30, local time, we'll be broadcasting the VC Women's Divisional Final between the Sixers from Ontario and Iris from Quebec. As we said earlier, Traffic was defeated by Iris in crossover play, which meant that Traffic and the Sixers were on track to meet each other in the semis rather than the finals. And Sixers defeated Traffic yesterday in the semifinal 15-10.
And Iris punching their ticket to the finals, defeating Stella in their semifinal play.
Furious pull. Yes, catches the little bit of a breeze here, not very strong, but just enough to push that out of bounds. So McKnight picks up and is going to jog that to the brick. We see this O-line from GOAT. We've seen a lot of today. Mazzucchelli, Harris, Carroll, Yearwood.
Yeah, split stack. Probably looking to hit Isaiah underneath.
But the Furious zone look here causes them just to start moving it. Mazzucchelli to McKnight. McKnight around to Yearwood. He gets it all the way around to Harris. Back to Yearwood. He's able to punch it through the middle to Hurst. Carroll flips it to Mazzucchelli. Back to Hurst. And Hurst has a streaking number 25, Boychuk. So that's a hold for GOAT.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen Furious using that their zone look. It's sort of person to person on the handlers, with Pat Bayless sort of in the middle there. Three players in the middle just poaching, looking to clog up the lanes. But nice movement from GOAT, able to slip it through the wall and continue their flow up to the break side of the field, hitting Boychuk for a goal. And another nice clean offensive hold.
So GOAT D-line. Lloyd, Edwards, Prees, McKenzie, Vasiliev, Powell, Mensah, Au and Marin getting them organized. Furious O-line, Hoy, Dick, Bryson, Galetz, Sang, Wong, and for his first point today, Burrell. Hoy fields that pull. A little bit of a bobble, so Goat's able to get down. Hoy nevertheless flips it to Wong. Big around dump to Bryson. Bryson breaks to Galitz. Galitz fake the huck. Instead finds an upline Bryson. Good leading pass there. Brendo with the reaching out grab. Puts up a hammer to Sang. Mensah in the area, but Sang with the superior position there comes down with that. Hold furious. The score 9-9.
Yeah, great offense from Furious George. Really nice catch by Brendo Wong on that throw, just a bit behind him, but able to snag it with one hand and hit Sang on the break side with that nice hammer. That's going to bring us to 9-9. Both teams really starting to settle in on offense now. And only holds so far since the second half started.
So as Furious D-line, we've seen kind of a tight line calling today. Hibbert, Knapp, Fu, Yu, G, Lamb, and Keffer. Furious looking to take the lead once again. They've had it one time this game.
Yeah, we'll see if they run down, play person to person, or maybe use that zone set again.
So Yearwood folds the pole, flips it to Hurst. Hurst, open side dish to Harris. Harris fakes the huck and goes around to Yearwood. Yearwood to Masekeli. Boychuk takes off. G going to have a chance. And just out of his reach. And Boychuk with those few extra inches ahead of G is able to get in the perfect spot to catch that. That's a hold for Goat. The score now 10-9.
Yeah, nice throw by Masekeli, sending the disc with that OI edge sort of aimed at the middle of the field, giving Boychuk a nice right-handed catch opportunity. Braden G trying to close the gap, but just not able to make a play on that disc. Nice catch by Boychuk. Boychuk playing for Goat, I believe last year was his first season. This year he has moved to Seattle and will be competing with BFG, a Seattle club mixed team, but has suited up to play for Goat at this Canadian Ultimate Championships.
Shout out to former Furious All-Star John Norris, giving us some compliments on the stream. John, if you could hold that off so it doesn't go to our heads until after our broadcast.
Yeah, John Norris, longtime Furious George player, played with the team for many years and has coached a lot of these players as well. Currently involved coaching at both University of Victoria and University of British Columbia. Two university teams have developed a lot of players in British Columbia.
Marin's Poles, fielded by Bryson, who flipped it to Underhill and back to Bryson. Furious George with the vertical offense. Bryson looking for options. Finds Galitz. Galitz to Sang. Sang didn't like those underlooks. Asking for a reset. Late stall count. Now, McKenzie was in position to make that play against Barbieri, but there was a call immediately between Tim and Jackie. It's a stall count violation. It's contested.
I believe this is just going to be a turnover either way. I think Sang maybe calling a fast count on Jackie, but released the disc and it was a turnover. So it's going to remain a turnover and an opportunity for Goat.
Marin picks up. Looks to reset to Vasiliev. Vasiliev airs that out. And Goat with a big break, caught by number 11, Jonathan Edwards. So Goat goes up 2, 11-9.
Yeah, nice defensive pressure by Goat, able to earn a block there on a high stall throw from Sang. Anatoly Vasiliev with just a fantastic OY cross-field backhand to get the Goat break, putting them in position 11-9 here in the game. Shout out to Explore Edmonton, the sponsor for this Open Final, a partnership between the City of Edmonton, Edmonton Tourism, and the Government of Alberta. Thank you also to our official nutrition partner for CUC 2019, Cliff Bar, as well as Discraft, the official disc partner of Ultima Canada. And we also just want to say thank you to all of the volunteers, scorekeepers, Ultima Canada staff, observers, so many people working really hard to help this event run smoothly. And so a big thanks to them and for battling the conditions, tough conditions here in Edmonton this year. And here we go, Furious receiving.
Hoy. Centers to Underhill. Underhill. Scuba reset to Knapp. Knapp has Galitz in the middle. Galitz, long time to make a choice. No mark. Finds Lee Ash. Goes back to Galitz. And a layout attempt by Jackie Al, but Sang brings it in. And Underhill's going to air that out for Galitz. And a layout block by Lloyd, but that, I believe, was the second throw in a continuation off of a call, so I believe that's going to come back.
Yeah, I think there was a pick call in the stack prior to the throw to Underhill, so it's actually going to, I believe, come back to Underhill here, even though Lloyd getting a nice D down there on Galitz. I believe the disc is going to come back still.
Interesting development. Batch coming over to us and letting us know that Goat now has 2 TMFs against them. I know the second one was for swearing. Might have been the first as well.
Yeah, sometimes rushing the field is a common one as well. If it happens a few times, observers are within their rights to issue a TMF, a team misconduct foul.
That throw airs out. Players going for it. Jeff Powell making the defensive play there. Morgan landing on top of him and giving Powell a chance to get up. No hard feelings there, just the way it came up. Vasiliev. There's a pick call as Lee Ash and Underhill were trying to stay with their respective checks and ran through each other. Vasiliev finds Au. Gives it back to Vasiliev in the middle. He gets it around to 13. McKenzie. LaFrance extending to keep that alive. Flips it to Vasiliev. Finds McKenzie with the slash cut. McKenzie looking for a reset. Has Vasiliev. That throw goes up too high. Samson Hoy brings that down. Knapp looking for options. Has a wide open Galitz for the dump. Galitz has Lee Ash. Lee Ash goes back to Galitz. And Vasiliev blowing a tire, so Hoy is wide open. He flips it to Hibbert. Hibbert now looking for Hoy to make a move. And the observer signaling a travel call.
Coming in on stall 6, Morgan Hibbert, far sideline, about 20 yards out. Furious with the chance to get this offensive hold.
Morgan around to Underhill. Underhill, Scuber to Galitz. He goes up and over to Morgatron. Toes in the end zone. Great heads-up play by Hibbert. Furious with a sorely needed hold there. Now bringing the game back within to 1. The score is now 11-10.
Yeah, unfortunate mistake for Goat. Just sending that bail throw just over the head of Toli Vasiliev. Furious George able to work it down the field nice and patiently. And Andre Galitz with a nice scuba to find Morgan. Morgan able to keep his toes in bounds and in the end zone for the goal. And that's going to bring us to 11-10. Goat will be receiving.
Stream noting that I love the phrase blows a tire. I'm totally open to new terms. We always like it when the stream engages with us and helps us with the calling the numbers, sorting out the assists, working out what happened on a play. Thanks for watching. And I'll think of something new. And it's also been noted in the stream, just asking what the time situation was. McCann posted that the quote from the website or the rules, and that is correct. The cap will go on at 105 minutes, which is a soft cap. 2 points added to the highest score, and there is no hard cap. McKnight has Carroll on what looked like a classic Air Canada play.
Yeah, split stack play. 3 players on the left side, 2 players on the right. Cam Harris, Andrew Carroll. Basically just running out and under, looking to isolate each other in space.
McKnight's throw, hand blocked by Will Vu.
Great feed by Will Vu.
I think only Vu and McKnight knew what happened there. Bayless dumps to you. You looking for a reset, doesn't like Bayless's position. He gets it around to Keffer. Keffer looking for Bayless up the line. Instead, Bayless comes back, gets it just ahead of the brick mark. Bayless goes over the top to G. No calls. Authoritative spike by G for the break for Furious.
Yeah, what an amazing play by Will Vu. Such a rangy defender, really tall left-handed player. And just able to get a piece of that one on Thompson. And that's a matchup that these players know each other really well. They study game tape. They pay attention to each other's release points. And I know that Will was probably knew he would get a Thompson matchup at some point. And a really nice play by him. Bayless with the hammer to Braden G to tie the game at 11s.
So fun fact. After that spike, Harris picked up the disc and flipped it to the Observer and said, you might want to take a look at that. And the Observer team jogging over to the sideline here to our Spear director, Travis, and switching out the game disc as G literally broke that.
Yeah, edge down spike from G. He's pumped after that goal. And luckily we have lots of discs to use. Thank you to Discraft, our official disc of Ultimate Canada. So the players will probably just swap that one out for a nice fresh piece of plastic. And 11-11, what a game here. We expected a close battle between these teams. And we're in for a treat here as we sort of get to the last part of the game.
Vu's pull will stay inbounds. It's fielded by Yearwood. Flips it to Harris. Vertical offense from Goat. Lloyd takes off. G does a great job to stop that huck. Hugh Knapp gets in the middle. Back to G. G does not force that to you. Smart decision. Goes around to Keffer. Keffer looking for options. Ayo break throw, and Hugh Knapp did not see that. And that sails past him.
Yeah, I think Carroll was actually trying to catch that one, but it went through his hands, and then Hugh not ready for it either.
So Yearwood jogs back, walks it up to the line, letting his offense set in a vertical. Yearwood finds Boychuk. Boychuk has Masick Kelly on a slash cut. Masick Kelly airs that out for Lloyd. And with lots of room, Mark Lloyd able to easily bring that down.
Yeah, what an important point for Goat there, able to get the disc back, work it down the field. Isaiah once again slinging it deep to his receivers. And a nice move by Mark Lloyd, starting to come under and then slashing back out deep. Isaiah able to hit him with a nice OY flick huck.
Score now, I believe it was 12-11 for Goat. It is, just a small error on the scoreboard here at the PC Showcase Field. So that's fixed on the score. 12 for Goat, 11 for Furious George.
Yeah, Furious George receiving here, and they're still just going to be basically down one break leading into the last part of the game. That's one opportunity they wish they had back, but they'll have a few more chances here. And Goat also looking to take a commanding lead here. Important break opportunity for Goat.
Sang fields that pull. Centers to Underhill. Vertical stack look from Furious. Bryson making some jukes. He finds Natikman, a switch by Goat. Natikman is going to air that out for Wong and Sang. McKenzie in the area. Wong goes over the top of Michael McKenzie. Huge catch and huge hold at this stage in the game for Furious George. And Brendo getting the "we are not worthy" treatment, as he often does, making crazy plays like that.
Yeah, if you've been watching Ultimate since probably about 2007 in Canada or even on the world stage, you definitely know Brendan Wong. He's been doing that for the better part of 2 decades now. He's a really athletic player, and yeah, fantastic left-handed catch. And also a really nice throw from Barbieri. He knew Brendo had more space on that sort of break side of the field, able to bend a nice OY backhand, giving Brendo that left-handed sort of layup catch. Nice play by Brendo, and good effort from McKenzie, able to get underneath the disc and just sort of a little bit out of position because of the throw.
Hard to stop a player like Brendan Wong. I've seen an effective defense by North Vancouver's Rock Fight, putting the 4-man perimeter around Brendo. Sometimes seemingly the only way you can stop him.
Yeah, he's just like such a good two-way player. He's got throws, and he's also so dangerous in the deep space. So, yeah, teams definitely try to game plan for him, but at this level, it's, really fantastic offensive players are hard to shut down.
So that pole catches the wind, which is a little breezy, and it sails out of bounds. McKnight jogs over, and he will bring it to the brick mark.
Yeah, Goat setting up here, and they're horizontal.
McKnight looking for options. Finds Yearwood. Yearwood has Carroll wide open. Carroll to Boychuk. Boychuk flips it to Knapp. Knapp with the layout block, and McKnight with a lightning reflex to keep that alive, and we have a stoppage downfield. Everybody on the sideline from both teams surprised by McKnight's amazing catch there.
Yeah, really close catch. Hugh getting a piece of it, but McKnight, nice focus. able to come up with that one.
McKnight looking for Carroll. He's going back and forth. Instead, that pass is aired out in front of defending Braden G to number 27, Nathan Hurst. So the score now 13-12. The game will be played to 15 now that we have reached 13. So first to 15 will win this game. This tournament not employing a win by 2 rule of any kind. Correct me if I'm wrong, Internet, but it will be first to 15.
Yeah, just such a tight game here. Both teams working so hard to capitalize on their opportunities. And it's just been so many great plays as well. It's been awesome to watch these athletes compete out here.
Goat showing a lot of energy right now on the sideline. Staying focused, but you can see some tells of them feeling that victory is close at hand. Lloyd's nonchalant flick pull is great. Just doesn't float very long. Fielded by Bryson to Underhill. Underhill has Brendo. Brendo puts that to Gatelet's in the middle. Gatelet's back around to Brendo. Brendo will put that out for Sang. Jackie Au making a play. And from our angle, I can't see if he got a piece of that, but his effort there was enough to cause a turnover, but unfortunately he goes down with an injury right after. So Goat players tending to him. Tim Sang going to go check on him as well. So Mensa, Ojo, and Marin there to help him right away, and the Goat trainer hustling over.
Yeah, Sang looking a little frustrated after that play. I believe thinking back, he wished he had attacked the disc just a little bit earlier, and kudos to Jackie for making a nice play. Unfortunate to see him come up with an injury here. Of course, we wish it's nothing too serious, but a great defensive effort from him.
So, Moroka subs in for Au. We'll update you on his situation if we find out.
Lloyd going to be picking up the disc here for Goat. They're currently leading 13-12 with a chance to break and take the game to 14-12.
Lloyd makes a big over-the-top throw, and it sails out of bounds. Powell kind of wondering why that choice was made. Maybe didn't realize, too, that he had already stepped out of bounds. Underhill. His dump pass pops high up in the air, and Vasiliev gets up, but looks like Bryson made a call that he was pushed. He retracts it. So some good spirit there by Bryson and Vasiliev talking that one out, not getting too hot. And Goat with possession. Vasiliev will just put that out in front of number 13, McKenzie. And he'll flip it up to, I believe, his brother for the run-through score, and that's a break for Goat. Goat now leading the game 14-12, within one of what would be their second defeat of Furious George in our Canadian Ultimate Championship final.
Yeah, a mistake from Lloyd there, trying to bend an OI. Cross-field throw to Jeff Powell, and then a mistake right after by Underhill on the bail throw, popping it up a little bit. For spectators and viewers, the wind is coming directly towards the camera, so it's a cross-field wind, and we've actually seen, I think, about 4 or 5 of those bail throws kind of pop up in the wind. So teams are generally forcing flick here, which is making those around backhands a little bit tougher for players.
Yeah, it's definitely picked up since the beginning of the game. Furious calls a timeout. No time cap in play now. It is just 1st to 15. Following this broadcast will be the VC Women's Division with Iris facing off against Sixers. Both teams now arriving to the field, warming up behind us on the Cliff Bar Showcase Field.
So a tough task here for Furious George. They'll be receiving with a chance to put the game at 14-13. And they would need to, starting on defense, earn the disc twice and convert on both of those in order to win the game.
So just informed by Batch, competitive director, that GOAT has received their 3rd technical TMF. So what this means is Furious, there's no pull, and Furious will be awarded field position at the center of the field as if GOAT was going offside. So an interesting development at this stage in the game. I've never seen a 3rd TMF enforced. Every subsequent TMF now results in a field position penalty against the offending team. Of course, the disc will be placed where it needs to be, depending on if the team is on offense or defense. So as GOAT was on defense, Furious gets the disc at center.
Yeah, bad mistake there by GOAT. Sort of as a team, those are TMF, probably for rushing the field on that last goal and giving Furious a short field opportunity here.
Bryson. So a horizontal ecstasy play by Furious does not work, but Brendo is there. To Galitz. Galitz patient, allows Brendo to come back over. Brendo puts that up for Bryson. Bryson, good read, goes up high. His around to Galitz is just out of the reach of Mensah. He goes around to Hoy. Hoy puts that up to Brendo. Galitz streaking up the line. Brendo is going to go over the top, hammer to Barbieri. Great pickup and a cheeky over the top, just barely over the fingers of McKenzie to Andrew Dick. It's a hold for Furious. But Furious, in the do or die situation here, Furious has to hold, or GOAT, has to hold to win, while Furious will need 2 breaks in a row for this victory. Not out of reach for either team, but GOAT with the advantage on this next point.
Yeah, so amazing to see these teams battle all the way to 14-13. And yeah, just really excited to see this next point, or these next couple of points. And fantastic catch by Ty Barbieri, able to grab it over his bidding defender and then flip it to Andrew for the goal.
So, GOAT O-line, the unit we've seen all day. McKnight, Carroll, Yearwood, Harris, Hurst, Boychuk, and Mazik Kelly. Fred Lamb with the pull. Yearwood fields that. Flips it to McKnight. Furious in match defense. Yearwood. Looking for options, doesn't have him. Looking for a dump to McKnight. McKnight blows a tire. Carroll now. Over to Harris. Harris finds Mazik Kelly in the middle. He gets a quick open side throw to Yearwood. Yearwood goes for the huck and a huge clutch D by Peter Yu. Massive, massive layout D on the mark.
Amazing play by Peter Yu, shaking his head. Not going to happen today.
The crowd impressed. Yu now. Staying patient. showing good composure. It looks like, I believe you made a contact call or fast count, and Yearwood did not properly reset. Yearwood going to the observer for clarification on what to do, and maybe Yearwood just showing a little bit of rust with knowledge of the rules. Definitely not in his play, but maybe just wasn't aware of how he was supposed to react to that call. Use throw to Knapp. Knapp looking for the around. Not there. Puts it back to you. You is going to go over the top to Braden G. So a break for Furious, and
awesome.
We are at a universe point alert, everybody, in our Explore Edmonton Open Divisional Final. Both teams in the women's division pausing their warm-up to watch this. So universe point coming up between Toronto's GOAT and Vancouver's Furious George. GOAT will be starting on offense.
Yeah, Furious George down 14-12, able to get their offensive hold to bring the game to 14-13. What an amazing D by Peter Yu. Just selling out on the mark, knowing that Yearwood was going to huck it there and getting a fantastic layup block. That was awesome to see. And, of course, as spectators, we're so excited that we get to see a universe point game.
Sixers getting hype for GOAT next to our booth here. Many members in the crowd standing.
Both teams putting out the best of the best for this universe point line.
Yeah. You see Furious D-line, Knapp, Bayless, U, G, Galitz, Hibbert, and Brennan. GOAT O-line, Carroll, Mazzucchelli, McKnight, Lloyd, Hurst, Boychuk, and Harris.
Nice pull from Hugh Knapp.
Off Hurst's hands. Doesn't go very far. Harris. He's going to go right to Lloyd. Hibbert in the area. Oh, and Lloyd, knowing that Morgan was going to come early, he goes up early too, and that sails over his head.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a call there. Bit of a late bid from Morgan Hibbert, but because of that pressure forcing Mark Lloyd to go up a little bit early as it sails over his head, Furious George with the disc on universe point.
Knapp. Looking for cuts. None coming. Finds Peter Yu with a slash cut. Yu running that down. Elects not to huck to G. Not really open. He resets to Knapp. Pick called out of the stack. I believe Lloyd on Hibbert. So Knapp with the disc is going to tap it in. McKnight comes down on the mark. Knapp around to Galitz. Back to Knapp in the middle. He finds G. G flips it to Knapp. Knapp back around to Galitz. Furious valuing the disc here. Knapp. Needs a reset. High stall count. Has to put it up. Into traffic. Galitz, which the clutch grab, is able to flip it to G.
Game.
That's game. Dre Galitz, huge grab in an absolute must-do moment and flips it to Braden G. Your 2019 Canadian Ultimate Champions are Vancouver's Furious George, coming back from a 14-13 deficit. 2 breaks in a row, and they win the game.
Great D from GOAT, doing their best to try to get the disc back, forcing a high stall flick huck from Hugh. Hugh getting a nice OI flick huck out to Andre Galitz, a player I mentioned earlier who's just been such a stud for this Furious George team for the past 9-10 years.
What an incredible play. I am out of breath. Hugh Knapp putting up that throw at stall 9. Goat. Some players in disbelief.
Furious George winning their 11th Canadian Ultimate Championship. What an amazing battle between these two teams. Hats off to players on both sides for a great game, for battling. And yeah, what a special treat to see such a good game like that. Peter Yu, filled with emotion. What an amazing layout block on the mark by him to get that break to tie the game at 14s. Incredible. Incredible game. And this Furious team, a lot of these players were on the team when they lost in the finals against GOAT in 2015. And they've been thinking about this game for a long time, getting ready to fight GOAT once again.
So, as we calm down, I'm trying to calm down.
What a game!
Yeah, what a game! At 12:30 today, the time is 11:40, so it'll be in 50 minutes. At 12:30, we will bring you our VC Women's Divisional Final between Toronto's Sixers and Quebec's Iris on our VC Showcase field here. I believe Bobby Anderson and Krista McDonald will be your commentators for that game, but if not, we'll be back. So tune in 50 minutes. Maybe go take a walk. That's what I'm going to do. So my name's Clayton Howlett, and I was joined here with Joel Bellenvance, and we had a pleasure of bringing you our commentating in these broadcasts from the Ivor Dent Sports Complex here in Edmonton. Thank you for joining us. Joel, closing thoughts?
Yeah, just what a great competition here this weekend at the Canadian Ultimate Championships. Such high-level play, and just congratulations to all the athletes for doing their best and for competing with a lot of spirit. We saw just a lot of great athletic plays out there, and so excited to bring you the action. And thank you once again to all of the volunteers for helping make this great event happen. And congratulations once again to Furious George, your 2019 Canadian Ultimate Championship winners in the Open Division. And really excited to bring you some action as the Sixers will be facing off against Iris shortly.
Join us later.